So we are live once again on India Sports News, and I'm honored to have with me Rahul Rawat of India Today, Sports Tak. Is there somewhere that you're not associated within the Today group, Rahul?
With the TV, I'm an employee. Unlike you, I'm an employee. I come to office daily. I don't have the liberty to work from the comfort of my home. So I have to come daily to office. Have to work just like you. Just that you are multitasking. You have a lot of other things to handle. I just have one job, and that is you know to watch and cover sports.
So a lot has happened since we last spoke on this
Yeah.
platform. India lost the WTC final. There's been a lot of hullabaloo about India not winning an ICC tournament for 10 years. Big guys failing on the big day. The future for Test cricket and future for the Indian Test team. Is anything likely to happen, or is just uh, discussions on platforms like these?
No, I remember after India lost the T20 World Cup in 2021. In fact, my colleagues, we were all discussing a lot of things that, heads should roll. Statements like these usually float after every ICC event, which has now become a norm sort of a thing for the last few years. I won't say 10 years because, see, at 2013, you lost the final. Then 2014, you did reach the final of an ICC event. But I think since after that 2017 Champions Trophy, it has become uh, very maybe the Indians or the Indian cricket team. It has become a very habit. They've become very habitual of messing it up in these sort of tournaments. But I was telling 2021 World Cup. You tell me 2021 T20 World Cup or what changed after the 2021 World Cup and the 2022 T20 World Cup? The same 11 that played, or at least the batters who played in the last game of the 2021 T20 World Cup, they played the match in the 22 as well. So nothing, usually nothing happens, and obviously now everybody is saying, Cheteshwar Pujara, it could be the end of the road for Cheteshwar Pujara. Then what are your options? We are saying that Yashasvi Jaiswal, and we don't know what is going to happen with Rohit Sharma. Is that series against the West Indies? Is that going to be his last Test series? So you just can with Indian cricket, you just can't be absolutely sure because I thought 2021 when India toured England, I thought that that series could have been the last for Cheteshwar Pujara. But what he usually does is towards the end of a series or in the last innings of a test match, you'll see that he'll get some crucial runs, and then it becomes a difficult decision to make that whether you really want to uh, drop Pujara. And then if you see Ajinkya Rahane, he also made his comeback. And we thought that we are done with the Ajinkya Rahane. It also tells you what do you have in your bench strength. New Zealand series, when New Zealand came to India, Shreyas Iyer got 100, got a match saving 50 as well. But the moment you left the Indian shores and you reached South Africa, first test match, the team management thought that Ajinkya Rahane is a better choice. They said, no, Shreyas, you sit out. Ajinkya Rahane played that day. So I think they lack confidence. They lack vision, if you ask me.
And it's strange that we've lost a final, but there's been no statement whatsoever. It just seems to me that we are just waiting for the next pre-match press conference to speak to somebody in position in Indian cricket. Otherwise, it is all smoke screen, sources, and then one press conference pre-match, and that's it. Otherwise, you don't know what is happening in Indian cricket. Why is everything shrouded in mystery?
And unfortunately, Chandresh, you've been part of the Indian media. You've covered Indian cricket for such a long time. Not just Indian cricket, international cricket. But at times, I feel you don't even ask hard questions anymore. If you are not getting any communication from the board, from the team management, or from anybody, I think you have also resigned to the fate. When I say you, I'm also talking about everybody. Maybe I'm including myself as well. So we don't ask any of those hard questions anymore, because you don't expect. Now you're saying that next pre-match press conference will happen, or some series will happen, and then somebody will address. But there was a post-match press conference also. What did you get out of it? Was there anything newsworthy in that press conference?
Except that the captain wanted best of three final.
Hmm. Yeah, that's it. That was actually the biggest news that came out of that presser. So
So
there has
where
been a complete silence from the board, from the mandarins of this of Indian cricket, the team management. Rahul Dravid, you will hardly get anything out of Rahul Dravid. That's always been the case. There's been no communication from the board. The captain, it seems, it's very difficult to get something newsworthy, or maybe I think to an extent, I think we are also responsible for that. We don't ask hard questions because everybody wants to be on the right side of the right people.
So where are we headed in Indian cricket right now? Are we just going to be uh, like a cricket where we are happy with those 3 months? And I don't want to name those 3 months. We're happy with those 3 months in a year, and we don't bother about the rest of the year because everybody seems to be focused on that only.
You've accepted that now the IPL will run 3 months.
Yeah, but as in like it's a given. I don't think there's any point in quibbling about that. I think that that's going to happen. That's a given. Maybe even longer, I suppose, because we've had the franchise owners coming out and saying very clearly that that Test cricket should be like Wimbledon, like one marquee Test match every year or one marquee week when you play Test cricket. And some others said that other players should be rested from international cricket and allowed to play in IPL. So uh, have we sort of
And as it is,
like
and we know that IPL now, from 70 74 games, now it will be stretched to 90 games per season. And you
or
would
even more, I suppose.
yeah, and you would remember the chairman of the Indian Premier League IPL, Arun Dhumal. Once he was quoted as saying that we can actually think about 2 seasons in a single year.
Yeah, because the September slot is available.
Yeah, so you never know. And also, it seems that the players gel better within the group when they are part of an IPL team. To me, it does. It seems so, because
Yeah, go on, go on.
you will hear words like family when
Yeah,
IPL starts. When these players are playing in IPL in for their respective franchisees,
yeah.
this word family, you'll hear it a lot throughout those, for the duration of the entire
Mm.
IPL. This word family, and suddenly when you move out of your franchisee and starts playing for the Indian team, suddenly it seems that um, there is a lack of maybe camaraderie, as Ashwin, Ravichandran
Yeah,
Ashwin
yeah,
also pointed out. He
yeah,
said
yeah,
there
yeah.
are no friends anymore we are just colleagues.
That's a very strong statement made by Ashwin, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it's one thing to be upset about not playing in the final, other thing to come out so openly, and that too for an Indian cricketer to say that.
But that's been the case with Ashwin always. I remember last time he gave an interview, a detailed interview, not to the broadcaster or anybody who's associated with the Indian cricket, but outside of it. So I remember the last time he recalled how he felt that he was thrown under the bus when Ravi Shastri had said during that tour of 2018-19, when India toured Australia after Kuldeep Yadav had picked up that 5 wicket haul. He said that Ravi Shastri, when he said that Kuldeep Yadav will be our number one spinner when we play overseas, seemed as if I was thrown under the bus. So, Ashwin has always been like this. And now, of course, he must have felt not a little bad, but what you can also recall the fact that in 21, 22 T20 World Cups, both those World Cups, he made it to the Indian team, and 22 he even played ahead of UZ Chahal. But that's been the case with the Indian team management always, irrespective of whoever is at the helm. Be it that they've at times on at these crunch situations, whenever these you play these crunch games, it seems that they forget what their best playing 11 is. So either they try to play a little safe, or maybe they overdo it.
Do you see anything happening at all? Anything radical happening at all?
What what is if you could tell me what is the significance or relevance of that word radical?
I mean, like, Rohit Sharma coming out and saying, I'm not playing Test cricket again.
I don't
Uh,
think he'll say that. Why,
uh,
and why should he?
yeah, that's right. That's right. Because Harbhajan Singh kept on playing IPL even after he was long finished as an India cricketer because he kept saying, why should I retire?
And see, Indian cricket or the Indian cricketers, this brand value
The
is
perceived
become.
brand value.
Exactly. So I'm saying, see, today, if we are saying that Rohit Sharma decides that he's going to relinquish, he's not going to play Test cricket, and he gives up and announces also, then T20 setup, he's not part of the Indian T20 setup as of now, right?
Unofficially.
Yeah. Why unofficially? The last few series, why last few T20 series that we saw, he wasn't there.
Yeah, but they don't announce that he's not going to be there going forward.
But why do you have to announce when a
Yeah.
cricketer can choose that he doesn't want to announce his retirement? Or so the selectors also, because you would remember, that's why you've seen a lot of cricket. You would remember earlier they used to announce the captain also. When
Yeah.
after the selection committee meeting, they
Yeah.
would come out. The chief selector would come out with the convener and would announce the Indian team, and there
Yeah.
would be discussions on who the captain would be, even if it
Yeah.
was a formality. Even
Yeah.
if it was a formality.
Yeah.
Now it is understood that Rohit Sharma is your captain. Before that, Virat was your captain. MS Dhoni was your captain. There used to be no discussions. So now, so if he decides to give up on his test, um, on his test career, and then T20 setup, he's not there. ODIs, you'll play till October, November.
Yeah.
Thereafter, because you have next is your T20 World Cup next year,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
will have very limited number of ODI
ODIs.
games.
Yeah. Yeah.
That means he is active. You will watch Rohit Sharma on television, either on for during those advertisements, or only in IPL, and for a very limited number of days. That's
Hmm.
just because ODIs. I think people are talking about Test cricket. I think ODI cricket is going to
Yeah.
get a slow death,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's the because especially those middle overs, nobody people lose interest.
Yeah. You're right.
So
You're right.
he'll have very limited options. So maybe he's active only for say about 4 5 months out of those
Yeah.
12 months.
Yeah.
Why should he give up?
You're right. You're
Uh,
right. You're right.
yeah, maybe, and maybe your players or the team management or the selectors may have to look for another captain. Now, do you have a second option?
In Test cricket, no.
Maybe either you'll have to go back to Virat Kohli, or you'll
Hmm.
have to get Ajinkya Ranan to take over the reins and
Short
groom,
term.
groom a youngster
Yeah.
under him.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. The guy who should have been the next in line to be Test captain, Rishabh Pant, is recovering. We hope he recovers fast. Bumrah, I don't think is a Test certainty anymore because of his injury. I don't know how much Test cricket he wants to play. KL Rahul should have really run away with the captaincy. He's also on the
Yeah.
sidelines. Uh, so everything that can go wrong has gone wrong, uh, and uh, uh, and it is coming at a time when Test cricket also is shrinking. One day cricket is also going to go out. T20 cricket is going to survive, and there I think you've got plenty of options right now.
Hmm. And there has to be a planning. I'm see. It's okay. It's not that every team, every player, every cricketer, every athlete who's competing at the top level will lose someday. Will lose.
Yeah,
The worst part is that you lose every time you lose. That I know people in India. There's a huge fan following for Indian cricket, for or rather for the Indian cricketers. That's I think that should be the line. Not Indian cricket, but Indian cricketers. So um, they are very emotional also. But now you tell me, India will be playing the World Cup at home. Are they the favorites
no,
against Australia? WTC final. Were they the favorites?
no. We discussed about it here.
2022 World Cup that India played. Were they favorites at that time?
No, England was the favorite.
See, and suddenly this, and I think now people, as a somebody who watches cricket all the time, who's analyzing cricket, that's one thing. You can say, yeah, India is not. Now even fans also have started to believe and feel that, yeah, India may not be the favorites
Yeah, yeah,
today.
yeah.
So I
And
think
that's
there has to be a vision. Bench strength. You don't have your bench strength. Who's your off spinner now after Ravichandran Ashwin? He's
you don't
36,
know.
and if you don't address the issue today, I think we discussed this in the last conversation also. Rohit Sharma is 35, Virat is 34, Ajinkya Rahane is also around 34, Pujara is also in his mid 30s, Ashwin is 36. So by the time if you make it to the final of the next WTC final, these people, they'll be in their late 30s, and
Yeah,
suddenly, so you don't change the team overnight, the entire
there has
team.
to be a phased plan.
Exactly, everybody has to be phased out. Look at Australia. They were down in the dumps when that scandal, that sandpaper gate happened.
Look at where they
They,
are.
since then, they have won 2 ICC titles.
Yeah,
Look at England. After that 2015 World Cup, they said we are also going to change
so
everything. How?
they've had two resets in the last few years. One in limited overs cricket, one in Test cricket.
Yes,
Two
yes,
reset and two different resets.
exactly,
It's two
completely
different
different.
approaches. Yeah.
Yes. So and we so I think we don't want to change. I think if I can put it that
The
way.
the question is who will change? Coach is there only till November. You don't know about the captain. The senior players are on their way out. Selectors don't know
Who,
their role.
who is on his way out?
I'm saying that the senior players are on their way out in the sense that they're on the wrong side of 30.
Yeah.
So selectors don't know how long they'll be there. You may or may not have a chief selector. It's a complete mess. So I think
Richest
whatever
board.
Dilip, richest board in the world being run like this, so whatever Dilip Vengsarkar said is not far off the mark. He hit the nail
And
on the head.
exactly, and I agree. And I don't see, you also want Indian cricket to do well. I also want, everybody wants Indian cricket to do well. When we say that, we are the richest board, Indian cricket is the richest board in the world. You have a league like IPL, everything. So I'm saying you have everything. You have everything except professionalism. Period.
Yeah, yeah, we can keep talking about this, but if there's a gloom and doom in Indian cricket. There's good news in the other field: football, badminton, fencing. So that is bringing some good news. So that should keep you happy, Rahul, because you cover all sports.
Yeah, as you said, it's been a good week for Indian sport, and from fencing to badminton to hockey.
Football
Uh,
and hockey
yeah,
as well.
football. Yeah, hockey. Last week I think we discussed, and but Chirag and Satvik. Uh, Chandresh, I've honestly believed if India actually uh, can win an Olympic medal in doubles,
Hmm.
this is the pair. And I know a lot of former badminton players who are still currently involved in Indian badminton. They have also maintained this. I think this is the right time, but I hope they can keep the momentum because
Hmm.
they've been just improving, and improving.
Hmm.
These two, because I'm not too sure about the singles anymore. Huh? If you
Okay.
ask me, I'm not too sure
What about
about.
Lakshya?
Well, he can. He is a good prospect, but he will also have. You have to see. That's what we say, na? As an athlete, as an international athlete, you have to peak at the right time.
Hmm.
So he's still young. He has age on his side. I hope Olympics. See, Olympics is a different ball game. You would remember, Lee Chong Wei and Lin Dan. So every time Lin Dan and Lee Chong Wei would compete at the Olympic Games, and Lee Chong Wei would beat him everywhere. Not everywhere, but he's had his share of victories against Lindan in so many Super Series tournaments. But when it came to Olympics, Lindan would never allow him to win
Hmm.
Lee Chong Wei. So
Hmm.
I think Olympics, just like your Grand Slams, you get so many players who've beaten Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Djokovic in those tournaments that happen throughout the year. But when it comes to Grand Slams, you will only see these three players who would
Hmm.
win most of the tournaments. Of course, you've had the likes of Del Potro has also won a US Open. Then Wawrinka has won, I think, three Grand Slams in between. In the last, I'm talking about in last three, say 20 years, 15 to 20 years.
Hmm.
Andy
Hmm.
Murray has won a few, but
Hmm.
by and large, these are so. I think Olympic Games, it's a different pressure. But
Hmm.
if you ask me, I think Satvik and Chirag have can actually get you a doubles medal, your maiden doubles medal in Olympics. Although it's still um, a year from now.
That's a big statement by Rahul. Rahul,
No,
thanks a lot for.
it's not my. I have spoken to a lot of people. I think they also feel that they
But
can
that's a
actually get.
positive.
Yeah,
That's a very positive note, Rahul, on which to end this chat. We can keep going on chatting. Thanks a lot for joining us on India Sports
thank
News.
you
If you
very
can
much.
once again tell your fans on YouTube to like, share, and subscribe the channel, that will be great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I enjoy. In fact, I discuss a lot with Chandresh about Indian sports and even world sports. And Chandresh himself is an active journalist. If he follows cricket and other sports. In fact, all these years, I also learn a lot from Chandresh. I get my inputs, my information, because he also has his sources. So it's not just about discussion; it is also about news. I hope Chandresh, you do a few news breaks as well, because you just convey them to a lot of people. So please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I think it's a startup, it's a new setup, and we all need your blessings and of course backing.
Thanks a lot, Rahul.
Thank you.